Hi everyone, it's Jen from Mum in the Madhouse, and today we are going to make a Christmas wreath. Sorry, I have children in the background if you're wondering what the noise is. And we are going to do this using an Ikea hoop that I got this year, but you could, that's lit, but you could just use a wire wreath or anything, to be honest, or even a paper plate, but that's what I'm going to use. And first of all, we need to measure the circumference. So we're going to take our tape all the way around, sorry, our macrame rope, and this is 6mm macrame rope all the way around, and what we need is we need double the length, and we're going to cut 6 of these double the length. So once we've done that, we're going to cut 6 of them. So I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm just going to chop that off. And then I'm going to cut another 6 the same. I'm just going to move that out of the way. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to knot them at the top. Ooh. That's 4. That's 5. I'm going to take one more. And that is 6. And I'm just going to move this out of the way. And what we're going to do is we're going to braid this. Now you could macrame, sorry, as I said, there's a child in the background. You could use a special 6 macrame braid, but I'm going to use a standard plait because I want it to be easy and accessible for all. So I'm going to tape this and then I'm going to start plaiting it. So I'm just going to pop some masking tape over the top as such, and then I'm going to tape it. So for me, I'm going to split them into 2 pairs, and I'm going to braid them. If you're going to do a macrame one, then I would use a 6 cord flat braid, but like I say, I'm just going to plait because it's much simpler and more accessible for everybody. So we just want to pull it over and we want to keep it as flat as possible. So I'm just going to pull it back up like that so you can see. And then I'm just going to get to the bottom and I'm going to knot it. You're not going to see this, so this is just a securing knot to make sure that all the braids stay together. Just pull it through. If any have not come through, just make sure that they are. And I'm going to do the same at the top. I'm just going to remove make sure that it's tight, and I'm going to just pop a knot in it. Just push it through. Which is easier said than done sometimes. There we go. And so we have a brilliant braided plait. Now we're going to take our hoop and we are going to lay our around, so you can see we've definitely got more than we needed by doing double. And then what we're going to do is we're going to glue it on. Now I want these either side so you've got the light. Let me see if I can take this end and actually plug it in to do, and I'm going to use a glue gun and I'm going to glue it on, and I'm going to start at the top and I'm going to work my way round. So I'm just going to grab my glue gun and I'm going to pop the glue on in small amounts, and I'm going to lay my hang on, and as I said, I'm going to work round one side and then the other side, because that way I can get the look that I want. Now remember, hot glue is hot by its nature, so if you're doing this with children or teens, then it pays to have a bucket of ice nearby, because you will burn yourself if you touch it. And you can see that it looks like a person with plaits at the minute. I'm just going to keep going till we've nearly brought it round to join. And then we're going to trim it. So I'm just going to bring it round to here. Now what I want to do is I want it to join quite neatly. You're not going to see the join because I'm actually going to cover it with some greenery and some berries. So I'm going to take a pair of sharp scissors and I am just going to cut, and I am going to make sure that that is glued down and that the ends have all got some glue on. And then I take the other end up to it, and you can see that they're joined. I want to put a bit more glue underneath to make sure that we're fully stuck. So lots of glue, and then I'm going to stick them, and I'm just going to hold them without getting it on my hands. So you can push it with a pair of scissors, but you don't want to get the glue on your fingers because it is really, really hot. And now I'm going to trim the excess from this end as well. So I'm just going to put them to the side. So as you can see, what we have done is glued it to the table. I'm just going to pull it up. I said that the glue is hot. But they do peel off. So just keep an eye. If your top's precious, then you might want to put something underneath it. So there we have a wreath, and now what I want to do is to take some fake eucalyptus, some faux berries and some wooden balls, and I'm just going to decorate it. I'm going to start by laying some of the eucalyptus, and I'm going to cut it into smaller pieces. And this has got wire in, so if you've got some scissors that are really sharp or some wire cutters, that's them. And we're going to cut close to the greenery. And again, so we've got some bigger bits and some smaller bits. And you might find that they're tougher to cut, so I'm gonna try and snip it and snip this one. So there I have some eucalyptus, and I want to cover this here, so we're going to twist it round, and I'm going to use a wire rather than just the glue gun, because I want to pull it round, and I want to kind of lay things out where I want them to be. And I want it to be an asymmetrical wreath, so I don't want there to be total symmetry on it. And I think that I want something, if you remember where my top is, I want something kind of like that. So just lay it out, and then I'm going to take some berries, and again, I'm not sure how easy these are. Oh, pretty easy to snip. I'm just going to separate them out, and I might just put them in there's a couple of places like that. And then I'm going to take some of the wooden balls, and I've got some bells as well actually. I think I'm going to put some bells on it. Now these would be nice just dotted as a 3 or a 2, and I'm going to thread some string through them. So if we grab a few of the balls, Now I'm not sure, I don't think I want the bigger ones, I think I want the smaller ones. Now these don't have holes through them, these are just, they're not beads, they are balls. Now I like things in threes. So I've got this twine and I'm going to start by popping the bigger pieces on first of all. So I'm going to start by popping this big piece on, and I'm just going to take it and I'm going to wrap it round. And I'm just going to take the two ends and I'm going to twist them together, and you could put a bell on that, but I'm just going to sort of dangle it, and then I'm going to work my way around. I'm going to take some more of the wire and I'm just going to pop it under a leaf, and I'm going to pop it round to the back, and I'm just going to twist it round. Like such. And I'm going to take the next one and I'm going to cut off some of the excess bottom on this one, because I don't want that. I'm going to pick somewhere to kind of hide it so it's tucked under. I'm going to take some more of my florist wire and I'm going to again pop it through, and I'm going to pop it through so that it's through, you can't see it, by just popping it around the three this time and just twisting it at the other side. I'll show you when I turn it over, so that it's nice and flat and tight. And then I'm going to put another piece in, but I want to angle this piece, so I'm going to cut the bottom off it, and then I want to put a couple of pieces just loosely over. So let's start with this piece. Small piece of wire. I'm just going to wrap it round. I want to pull the other leaves from under it so you don't get, so I'm just going to pull it round and I'm going to tighten it, and all my balls and everything are falling off. So I'm just going to pull them to one side, and I think that actually might need a little bit more. So I've got a bit more, and I just want to, I don't know whether to put, no, I'm going to just take another sprig . And I'm going to lay that in there. I'm going to take some more of my wire. And like I said, that you're going to hide the wire with the balls and the berries and the bells. I'm just going to twist that, and I'm just going to cut that tighter. So always remembering to centre it so you can see where you're going. Now I'm going to take my berries And I think that I actually want 3 lots of berries, and I've only got 2. So I think I'm going to split this one. And split it so that I can pop some berries in like such. Now these I am going to glue on, so I'm going to take my glue gun, I'm going to pop a dollop of glue and I am going to stick them on top of it. And again I'm going to take a dollop of glue and I'm just going to pop the berries on top. Make sure you've got a nice dollop. And again the same, because I don't want them to move, I'm just going to stick those ones in there like that. Now we can also, just at the bottom of the berries, pop a couple of balls or 3 balls. I'm going to, using the glue gun, stick them on. I like things in groups of 3. It doesn't have to be 3s, it can be whatever you like. I think maybe a bell. I'm going to pop a bell at the end here over that bit there. I'm going to have, I know you've got to remember that this is going to be standing up too, so I want some of my things to actually sit higher up into the wreath. So facing up over. And I've got bits of glue gun everywhere at the minute. So I'm going to put some smaller balls and a bell over this side as well. Take another. Now this is supposed to be quite a simple wreath I'm going for. I'm going for quite a simple, stylish look, although I'm not sure that's quite the effect I'm getting, but that's what I want it to have. Oops. I don't want to go too. So I want to put that one, I want to just move that. And I'm going to pop a bell there as well. And round here I'm going to pop some more. I'm going to pop another ball. And I think that we're pretty much there. Let's just have a quick look at how it's going to sit. And I quite like it like that. So I'm just going to turn off and there we go. We have a wreath, and I will show you it hanging when I've got some good daylight to do so.